welcome to Wannabe Retro, and today we are doing a pretty cool Windows 98 PC build. It was mainly inspired by Matt KC and Phil's Computer Lab. Both really great channels, both I really recommend for this kind of thing. Anyways, today, we are building a Windows 98 PC. I think it turned pretty good. I haven't got the software done yet, but that'll be coming in part 2. And I'm really excited to show it to you. So let's move on to the hardware. First thing I wanted to show was the motherboard. I decided to go with a Gigabyte 775 i9-45GZ. I think this is a pretty good motherboard containing 3 PCI slots and 1 PCI Express slot, also including a PCI micro slot. It also has 2 RAM slots and it's a 775 motherboard. Definitely good enough for me. And before I forget, I should put in the battery. Next component is the CPU. I decided to go for a Pentium 4 clocked at 3.6 GHz. I could have gone for a Core 2 Duo because this motherboard supports it, but I decided I wanted a Pentium in this build. Next component is the cooler. I decided to go with the GAMX 200T by Deepcool. It's a pretty good cooler. It's pretty big for its cost of $20 Canadian, and I got it at Canada Computers a while back. The best part about it is it comes with pre-applied thermal paste, which is cool. A pretty big bonus. Next is the RAM. I decided I wanted something simple, so I just went with this 1GB DDR2 module I got a while back for $5, and it's pretty cool. Obviously, more than 1 gig for Windows 98 does not work, and it has a lot of compatibility issues. So, I just needed 1 gig. So for this build, I just decided I would go with an SSD. Hard drives are hard to come by these days, and they just have a lot of issues with them. Plus, there's only one IDE port on this motherboard. So, I just went with this Team Group 120GB SSD. More than 128GB for Windows 98 does not work. Next component is the graphics card. I decided to go for the GeForce FX5500 by NVIDIA. It's a pretty good card, and I'm excited to try it out. I decided this from Phil's Computer Lab's recommendations. I almost went with an FX6200, but I couldn't find one in PCI and cheap enough. I got this for about $40 Canadian. Next was the sound card. I decided I didn't want to go off the onboard motherboard audio, so I decided to go with the Sound Blaster Live by Creative. I'm excited to try this out. I heard great reviews about it, and it's Sound Blaster 16 emulation, and I'm excited to try this with Duke Nukem 3D. And next is the power supply. I decided to go with this Thermaltake Smart 430 watt. Obviously you don't need a lot for this build, but I needed something with an 80+ rating, because I didn't want this computer failing on me. I could have gone for like an old Antec unit, but I didn't want to take the risk. It's a pretty good power supply. 80+ rating, of course, as I said. And it comes with zip ties, which is a pretty big bonus. It's got all the cables I needed as well. Now obviously I needed a CD-ROM to actually get Windows 98 on the PC, so I decided to go with this generic LightScribe drive DVD rewritable thingy. It'll work, it can write DVDs and stuff, and I just needed something generic. It also needed to be small form factor for the case I chose. IDE, of course, because apparently that has the best reliability for Windows 98. Now obviously I could have gone with a beige box for the case, but I decided I wanted to add some flair, so I decided to go with this Deepcool Matrix 30. And I'm excited about it. It's got a tempered glass side panel, some actual room for cable management, and it's just got a lot of cool features. Probably one of the best cases I've ever built in, but that's not saying a lot considering the last cases I've actually built in were Rosewell, and we all know the quality of those things. I'm excited about this though. It's got a bay for the CD drive, and it's nice and cool looking. It's got USB 3, which is irrelevant, and it's got a lot of cool other features. And without further ado, the copyright-free music starts, and we start the build. So now it's time to get started with the sock.
Whoa, Past Andrew, you can't just do that. You haven't even finished the project yet, and you're already getting ahead of yourself. Like, what are you doing, man? Anyways, yeah, hopefully you guys are excited for part 2. This was the hardware part, so part 1. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. So part 2 will be coming out in about 2 to 3 weeks, hopefully. Anyways, I'm excited for it. I hope you guys are too. So yeah, please come like and subscribe. And a new one, ring the bell to get notified. So yeah, please comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys, and good night.